Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look again at ICP, double checking a few things. I extended out our previous support channel, basically our range there. I've also moved our fibs over a little bit. Haven't updated for today just yet based on the fact that today's candlestick hasn't closed. That's something I want to kind of reaffirm to some people here, because people think that just because you break below a support level means the sky is falling and it's instantly going to go the opposite direction. In most cases, they sweep those lower levels of liquidity and the price returns back to normal after that. So just be mindful, could just be a simple double bottom with a nice little candle wick to the downside there. And it's still a little too early to presume. But the one thing I have done is update this descending trend line, because it was a little tighter from before. We had a false breakout yesterday, of course. Big fake out from market movers there. Unfortunately, we had like, 9 out of 10 reasons to take a long position with Bitcoin leading into the Fed meeting. And as soon as the good results came through, more so neutral, the price drops. Okay, so again, very standard stuff. If you don't like that kind of price action, you can't handle that, you're probably in the wrong industry. I got news for you. You grow thick skin in this industry after a while, so I just gotta give you some friendly advice. If you don't like it, you're probably in the wrong place. Okay, so let's take a quick look at ICP and double check some things. So we're looking at liquidation levels. This is the liquidation levels I was talking about here. While it's not perfect, there's still more to the downside, don't get wrong. We could see even as low as $8.25. That's that next concentration liquidation. However, this massive amount at 970, coincidentally, was just swept here a moment ago, okay? So now that that is gone, the likelihood of the price action recovering from here is greater because the market movers did their job, okay? So again, you gotta recognize fear and greed are the two most consistent things in trading. Most people get super scared and get stopped out right there because they usually put their stop loss right at a key support level, which is, I wouldn't say dumb, but it's just kind of an easier thing to do when you're newer to trading, because it kind of seems sensible. You put it dramatically below that level because there's almost always a liquidity sweep. Okay, so now that liquidation has been swept, it's not to say that it's completely gone. There's still some liquidation on the downside, but that heavy concentration right here at this lower level has been gone. Okay, it's gone now. It's been swept. So just bear that in mind. So moving forward, now that we look at that and we understand that, we can recognize that there's potential recovery here for ICP, but we got to recognize too, this is not a very good macro setting. We're below all moving averages. We're still below this descending trend line. Our X on the charts became invalidated almost instantly as soon as we had confirmation leading into that Fed meeting yesterday, which again, mind you, was very neutral, which should be considered a bullish sign, but it wasn't. Now keep in mind, you don't have to think that the price of everything is just going to go straight down because that's construed as a negative thing, right? This is how they move the market. They move it down, get everybody just to finally sell, and now once everybody starts short selling, then the price recovers and comes back to destroy the shorts. Okay? So don't be a late short at this point. I think it's too premature to consider that. But this time, is it good to be an early long or a quote unquote early long? Let's see if we can find out. So daily time frame, we're looking at getting close to 30 on the RSI again. We saw a nice little bounce here from before. We could see that again. This could be the start of a double bottom. However, we can see stochastic swinging down for the second time. Generally, that carries a little bit more weight, and we can see MACD is diverging still even stronger. So there's really not a lot of recovery here. I mean, we're talking ICP is pretty much belly flopped multiple times over in the last couple weeks. So it's no surprise that we're seeing this. But once more, that's what they want you to buy into, to get scared, to sell your position, so they can go ahead and buy it with no resistance whatsoever. All right, 4-hour time frame. We're below all moving averages here. We're starting to see that 20-day SMA align itself with a descending trend. So we're not out of the woods until we break above that level. Now, granted, we had a nice break above this level yesterday. Complete disclosure, we took a long position with ICP. We've averaged ourselves into the position. We have close to about a $10.10 entry, so we're still slightly in the red. But the general consensus here is that ICP showed a lot of bullish strength yesterday because we broke our initial descending trend line and we established higher highs, higher lows. We were above the cloud. We had literally almost every single contributing factor leading into this. However, if we look at the 4-hour time frame now, instead of breaking through 50 on the RSI, we were rejected off that level and came back down to come to this lower 30 level on the RSI. So that's generally construed as still, again, a bit of a bearish sign. Stochastic swinging down, MACD is trying to converge and is pretty much plateauing now. So that's actually not too bad, even though we are diverging. It's a slow divergence and it's kind of, the bleeding has stopped, right? Granted, Bitcoin bottomed out at about 66,300, so there's that. But generally speaking here, this is not, the 4-hour time frame doesn't look great for ICP. when it looked fantastic yesterday. It was ready to rock and roll. Again, that's how the market works. So again, please, folks, if you are frustrated by this, I get it. It can be aggravating. I almost just laugh at it now because it's almost funny how ridiculous it can be sometimes. Okay, so please understand that. All the more reason why you control your emotions. You figure out ways to kind of work around that and make sure that you are not trading emotionally. So if you're emotionally disturbed by this movement, you should probably take a walk. You should probably find something to do outside of just trading, because you sit here and trade all day, your whole life's going to pass you by, and it's not going to be a great thing. Don't forget to live life and to stay healthy physically and mentally. Okay. Again, I don't talk about that enough, but that is the foundation of what I do, and maybe I'll start posting that more on our TikTok, Telegram, and Twitter and all that. Because again, I do have shorts on YouTube and TikTok now as well. So heads up there. All right, let's summarize this here. Hourly time frame. Are we bullish or bearish on this time frame? Well, I think you can kind of see. We're definitely on the bearish side of things. Now, you got to recognize all these scenarios here that we can see right now for the Ichimoku cloud is fully bearish. In other words, letting us know that there's no reason to consider a long position at this point. Now, do you just take a short because we've broken this trend line? In essence, yes, you do, but also you probably shouldn't too. And the reason why is because if we look at TD sequential here, we're getting maxed out. We're hitting the bottom of this downtrend. Last time we had a 9 on TD sequential, for example, it continued much further. So it's not saying we can't continue lower. It's just a lower likelihood, okay? And just say in general, though, when you do hit 9s, you become overextended, the price action generally will recover over time. So hypothetically, we're going to get another recovery here to break this descending trend and to try again. Okay, so again, when we took our trade yesterday, we were fully confirming above the cloud. That's generally what you want to look for. We had broken our initial descending trend line, and we were establishing higher highs and higher lows. Those are things you want to look for. Is it a perfect plan? Of course not. As we could see from yesterday, things didn't work out the way we wanted to. But once more, Bitcoin had another agenda there that was a bull trap, to say the least. But I'm speculating right now, they're forming a bear trap right now too, getting people to try to start shorting at 67,000. And hypothetically, we close above 67,000, we should be able to see the price action continue higher, and those late shorts are going to get destroyed. So again, it's just a rinse and repeat of shorts getting destroyed, longs getting destroyed. It's just this constant ripsaw. And this is now the reality of trading right now. Okay, ever since Bitcoin ETF's been approved, we've seen this happen time and time again. So has it become more challenging to trade since that? Totally, yeah. But it's also in ways more predictable too, because of just how ridiculous it is. You can literally go the opposite of what you anticipate on the charts of what should happen, and that will happen. Okay. So again, it's just really upside down. But that's how it is, folks. Again, it's just kind of the way the market is, and if you're not privy to that, it's okay. Maybe find a different industry. Traditional markets are a little more forgiving. That's where I came from, honestly. I traded that market for 10, 15 years, and I can tell you it was fun, it was good, just wasn't half as lucrative, not as volatile, and you don't have that 24-hour time frame. You pretty much have to trade within a small window. And I didn't like having to get up that early, honestly. Anyways, conversation for another day. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already, comment below. Join us on Twitter, Telegram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever works best for you. And make sure that you use this link down below to register for Bitunix if you haven't yet already. Folks, these guys are awesome. Excellent rewards here. No KYC or VPN, of course. It's the main reason why we use them with a lot of my US and Canadian members. So thanks again, Bitunix, and thank you too for being an awesome part of my life. I look forward to seeing the next one. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.